Hey there, YouTube. This is Vargas, and I am back again with another DVD update. If I sound a little bit out of breath, it's because my asthma is kicking up, and it's gotten a little bit colder. That's why I'm wearing my thermal shirt. And these really abrupt weather changes tend to mess me up a bit. But I am here to share with you the DVDs that I got through Movie Freak Bazaar. These are the stuff that I bought in about a month's worth. A month and a week, I think. Since I started buying stuff from him again, but I finally had a chance to go visit the shop and picked up the stuff that I had in storage. So let's get started. Blind Buy. I have not seen this movie, but it stars David Duchovny, Sigourney Weaver, and Iowan Gruffudd, the guy that played Mr. Fantastic in the previous Fantastic Four movies. And it's the TV set. I don't know what it's about. It says it's a comedy. So, I don't know. I don't know what it's about. But the cast looked interesting, and I decided to give it a watch. Some people have questioned why I blind buy a lot of movies. Personal people, not on the comment section, but a lot of people I know, like, why you buy so many, like, weird movies? I get that you buy, like, horror movies, action movies, but you buy a lot of really random movies, and I've mentioned this before. I like watching movies. It's one of my passions. I freaking love watching movies, and I do enjoy blind buying movies and coming across a movie that maybe no one has ever heard of, or very few people have, and it's a conversation starter. Just like, hey, have you seen this movie? I don't know, the TV set. No, I haven't seen that movie. It's really weird. Or, hey, have you seen this movie? It's really bad. But I like collecting movies. I like watching movies. So I do like to blind buy a lot of movies that not all of them are good. I will say I do think that my ratio of good movies versus bad movies is pretty good. But even then, I do enjoy a lot of bad movies. So I don't know. But I love collecting movies. So saw this one. I saw that the cast looked interesting. So I decided to give it a go. On that note, picked up this one, Rambling Rose. Don't know anything about it. The only thing I know is that it stars Laura Dern, who I just watched in Wild at Heart. And says the tagline is "Innocence has never been so seductive." So I don't know if she's playing a similar character as she did in Wild at Heart, but I don't know. Decided to give this one a watch. I like horror movies. That's well established. I like action movies. I like martial arts movies. I like animation movies, and during the 90s and 2000s, there was a lot of direct-to-video action movies. Way more than I originally thought. I mean, I would watch a lot of TV, and I would come across these really, really, really low-budget movies on TV. Or I would rent these really weird action movies. Not all of them good. A lot of them are die-hard rip-offs. But I like watching that kind of stuff. I like watching these really, really ridiculous action movies. And this one I can't remember if I've seen it, but it stars Dean Cochran and Todd Jensen. Target of Opportunity. I like the cover. The cover's what really sold me on it, but it also suffers from Steven Seagal-itis, where the main character is the CIA's #1 agent. Now he's about to become their #1 target. So it's your typical best of the best gets framed for something, and now he has to prove his innocence while also escaping the government and stuff like that. So it might be bad, but again, I kind of like that kind of stuff. Another action movie, trying to build up my Van Damme movies, and I'm also discovering that he had a lot of direct-to-video movies. Wake of Death, starring Jean-Claude Van Damme. I still need to get Hard Target. That's the one movie that I have not been able to get. The one where he's a veteran and he's being chased down by Lance Henriksen, That's the one I need to get. That out of all the Van Damme movies that I'm missing, that's the one that I really, really want. Hard Target. And but I am coming across a lot of movies that honestly I didn't even know were out there. Like this one, I have not seen Wake of Death. Oh wait, there's another one. I just remembered there's another one. There's another Van Damme movie that I've been trying to track down, and I can't remember the name, but it stars Dennis Rodman and Mickey Rourke. And that one's epic because, spoiler alert, at the end, Mickey Rourke uh, is like he sits on a landmine, and then a tiger comes after him, and he's like, "Well, crap, blow up, eaten by a tiger." I chose blow up, and he just takes his foot off the landmine, and it explodes, and the tiger explodes, and Van Damme and Rodman are being saved by a Coke machine. It's ridiculous. It also turns into the fugitive. No, not the fugitive. The prisoner for a while, because Van Damme's sent into this island. It's weird, but I need to get it. And I think it's called Double Team. I think it's called Double Team. So I'm missing Hard Target and Double Team. But whenever I come across a Van Damme movie, I am trying to pick it up. Also doing the same for Steven Seagal. However, Steven Seagal movies are a little bit worse. Picked up B-Movie, the 2-disc edition. In one of the Facebook movie collector groups that I'm part of, I've seen posts of people that are collecting every version of, every copy of VHS of Jerry Maguire, and every copy on VHS of Titanic. And there's this one guy that is collecting every copy of B-Movie that he comes across, and I was like, okay, that's a bit too much for me. I mean, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't collect the same copy of the same movie unless it was like a 2-disc collector's edition or a director's cut or an unrated cut. That's the kind of stuff where I do double dip. But the exact same copy of the exact same movie and the exact same release, to each their own. I'm not judging. But I never had the B movie, and I have seen it everywhere. Every week, the B movie comes up. Every time I used to go to the flea markets, the B movie was there. It was kind of like Titanic. It's the staple of flea markets and Goodwills. But I had never seen the 2-disc edition, and it has special features, which I'm a fan of. Don't love the B movie. I don't think it's that good, but I've never come across the 2-disc release, so I was like, okay, I'll buy it because it is a 2-disc release, so there you go. Picked up Daddy's Home 2. I was genuinely surprised by the first Daddy's Home. I've mentioned this before. Will Ferrell is hit or miss for me. Sometimes he can be really good, really funny, really endearing, and sometimes he can be just really annoying. There's a couple of Will Ferrell movies that I own where I can't stand the guy. Like, I know this is going to sound like heresy, but I can't stand him in Elf. I know a lot of people really love Elf, and I can't stand Will Ferrell in that movie. I've tried to give that movie a shot. I've tried to rewatch it. I like stuff from that movie, but Will Ferrell, my God, I can't take him in that movie. But he was really good in Daddy's Home, and I saw Daddy's Home 2, and I thought that was pretty good. So, also stars Mel Gibson and John Lithgow, and I kind of like the dynamic that they had in this movie, so really happy to finally add Daddy's Home 2. It doesn't have any special features, which is a bummer. Doesn't even have the freaking theatrical trailer, and that's a fail. Every DVD release should have the trailer. It also has John Cena, so I thought this was pretty good. Found some anime, and anytime I come across anime, I'm gonna pick it up. Picked up Slayers. No idea what volume edition this is. There's quite a couple of Slayers releases. This has episode 27 to 32, and I don't have this one, so I picked it up. But really good anime. I kind of like it. Well, I like all anime actually. Picked up season 2 of MASH, the collector's edition, 3-disc set. I actually had this one separate to show it off. I have the first season of MASH, same collector's edition release. And I have the movie, the Fox 5-star release of MASH. I would catch this TV show on and off when I was a kid. Sometimes that I would randomly come across it and then watch it. And I thought it was pretty good, but I wasn't like super religious into MASH. I would just randomly come across it. But I only had this one, which I think I bought at a flea market. But I hadn't ever come across another season in that same style until now, season 2, collector's edition. So it's a 3-disc set, and I'm pretty sure they might have released the other seasons. So if I come across the other seasons in this kind of style with the thick DVD case, I'll pick it up because, again, not a huge fan of MASH, but I liked the times that I caught it. Picked up the unrated and uncut Call Me the Rise and Fall of Heidi Fleiss. Another one. A lot of young people might not remember the scandal of Heidi Fleiss, who was, if I remember correctly, the call girl, madam of the stars. And I've only come across this movie once on DVD, but someone beat me to it. But it wasn't the unrated and uncut edition, so yeah, saw this and I was lucky enough to nab it and add it to the collection. But yeah, looking forward to revisiting this one in the unrated and uncut, which unfortunately sometimes it is really just a marketing ploy. It just say it's unrated and uncut and only adds like a minute of a boob. So I don't know how different it will be than the time I saw it. But again, never have seen the DVD release uncut and unrated. Maybe it's more it's not as rare as I think it is, but I've never come across it, so picked it up. And another anime I picked up, and this, I don't think I've seen it, if I'm honest. I am more familiar with it because of the video game. The NES, there's a video game called Little Nemo the Dream Master, and I knew it was based on an anime, but I don't remember seeing the anime, and it's in one of my obscure DVDs that I've been wanting to get, and I finally got the DVD of Little Nemo Adventures in Slumberland. And it'll be nice to have some context to that video game. I don't remember if I own Little Nemo on NES. I remember renting it, and I remember playing it. Don't remember if I have it in the collection. I'll have to check. I probably do, maybe not. But I know I didn't have the DVD of this, and I'm super happy to add this one to the collection. And finally get some context on the video game. Because my knowledge of it is because of Club Nintendo. The Club Nintendo magazine did an article or a look back on Little Nemo, and they mentioned the anime. So ever since then, it's been on my hunt list, and it's finally part of the collection. So super cool. So yeah, that was this short DVD update. A lot of blind buys, so I honestly can't recommend that much. But I'll recommend Daddy's Home. Again, I saw this one and I liked it. It's one of the less annoying Will Ferrell movies. Again, really, really hit or miss with me. But super glad to add this one, and I think this is pretty cool. And if I see it, I'll probably like this one, but I haven't seen it. So yeah, stay tuned for the next DVD update video. I got 2 more to record, so please stay tuned for that. Forgot in the previous video, but if you like what you see, I would greatly, greatly appreciate a comment and a like. I like having that interaction with you wonderful people that do always leave a comment. I appreciate it greatly. And if you're into collecting movies in a very obsessive compulsive fashion, some might say, and you like what you see, hit the subscribe button. Always cool to have a new subscriber to interact with. But stay tuned for the next video, and I'll see you in a bit.